In this video, we're going to write exponential equation given a list of values in a table format. In order for this table to be exponential, our x values are going up by 1 each time, and the y values are being multiplied by the same amount each time. So the equation for exponential is y equals to a times b to the x, where a is your y-intercept, your initial amount, and b is the factor, how much you're multiplying each time to get the next y value. So based on our table here, we are given the y-intercept, which is 2, because our x value here is 0. So we have y equals to 2 times b to the x. So to find out what b is, I need to figure out 2 times what number will give me 8. And we know that's 4. 2 times 4 is 8. And in order to be exponential, each one has to be multiplied by the same amount. So if the first one is 4, then the second one also has to be 4, which is true. 8 times 4 is 32, and 32 times 4 is 128. Now, what if you don't know 2 times 4 is 8? Well, you can go backwards. Take the second number, which is 8, divided by the number above it, which is 2. 8 over 2 is 4. So when you divide, it will give you the factor for b. So 32 divided by the number above it, which is 8, which is also 4. And take the last number, 128, divided by the number above it, which is 32. And that's 4. So we know that the factor for this exponential function is 4. And that's the equation for this table. For the next table, we do the same thing. So we have y equals to a times b to the x. So again, our a value is 4 here because our x value is 0. So we have y equals to 4 times b to the x. So to figure out 4 times what number will give you 2, we know that 4 times half will give you 2. 2 times half is 1. And the 1 times half will give you 0.5. So again, if you're not sure how we got 1/2, you simply take the second number, which is 2, divided by the number above it. So 2 over 4 is 1/2. 1 over 2, take the third number divided by the number above it, is also same thing, 1/2. And then 0.5 divided by the 1, which is above it, so that's also 0.5, same thing as 1/2. So as you can see, for our y values, our factor for this table is 1/2. Even though these two problems, the y value is a bunch of decimals, you can still find your factor for b the same way we did earlier. So again, to write the equation for exponential function, we have y equals to a times b to the x, where a is the y-intercept when x is 0. So I know my a value for this problem is going to be 5 times b to the x. So it's a little hard to figure out 5 times what number will give me 2.5. So to figure the factor, which is b, take the second number divided by the number above it, which is 5. And use your calculator, you will see that will give you 0.5. And in order to be exponential, you have to multiply by the same amount each time. So this one should, 2.5 times 0.5 should give you 1.25. And then 1.25 times 0.5 should give you 0.625. So use your calculator to verify, and you will see that that's true. So therefore, the factor for b is going to be 0.5. Or you can write it as 1/2 if you want to. And for the next one, again, don't let the decimals intimidate you. So we have y equals to a times b to the x. Well, a is when x is 0. Y value is going to be 0.1. So we have y equals to 0.1 times b to the x. So we need to figure out 0.1 times what number will give me 0.4. So to figure that out, go backwards. So we'll take 0.4 divided by 0.1. And use your calculator. You'll see that gives you 4. So 0.1 times 4 will give you 0.4. And let's double check, see if that works for the next number. The 0.4 1.4 times 4 give you 1.6, and it does. 1.6 times 4 also gives you 6.4. So we know the factor for this table is going to be 4. And that's the equation for this table.